Hi, this is my final for Music 102. Today I want to talk about artist Nakai and his Native American flute music. And first I want to talk about who he is. And he's of Navajo Ute heritage. He was actually trained in classical trumpet music, but after a terrible car accident, he was unable to continue that. And so as a kind of a challenge, his friend gifted him the flute and told him to master. And as we will find out today, he obviously took that challenge and was able to master it quite well. And since 1983, he's actually reached over 35 albums of Native American cedar flute. And this was a quote from his website. Nakai is also a neoclassical classic traditionalist who views his cultural heritage not only as a source and inspiration, but also a dynamic continuum of natural change, growth, and adaptation, subject to the artist's expressive needs. So we're going to talk a little bit about how culture really was an inspiration to him. And first of all, I want to tell you where the Navajo and Ute comprise of. And Navajo territory is Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico, where Utah is also in Utah and Colorado. And I've been to the Navajo Indian Reservation. My dad went on a mission there, and so I was able to see the culture and experience it. And hearing my dad's stories, they're very one with the land, and they have high respect for it. And it's really part of their culture and the way of their life is to respect the land and to respect where it comes from. And so this is where Nakai gets a lot of his musical inspiration. Most of his music is about the land and about respecting it and about respecting the animals on the land, and and by doing this, it's all about knowing who you are, and if you know who you are, you can respect the land more. And so I want to show you a little clip of him talking about his culture. And
we've learned over time to take ourselves away from being in the world, and now we build walls around ourselves. Like Pink Floyd says, we live in these little protected communities and all we can see is the sky. But the world will, in this case, bring us back down to our knees so that now we are respectful of this earth that we live on. In the Native community, we believe that the earth is the essence of everything that exists on this small piece of dust going around this small star. But right now we're at odds about things that really don't matter. You know, we're forgetting what we're here for. If we all join hands in a spiritual manner, bring the power out of yourself, and when it all comes together, then you will see change. You know, it allows you to enlarge upon everything and realize that spirituality and religion are on the same level. They just have different approaches, but now it's time to bring them together.
And so here we saw there how important the land was to his culture, and how he's trying to, with his music, get the world to appreciate the land better. And so now we're going to talk about some of his music and how he actually makes it. And so, as I said, he was given the flute as a challenge, and his first album is Changes, which was released in 1983. And most of his music is solely flute, and that's where it began, with traditional flute music. But then he began to experiment with bringing the flute into many different genres, and trying to make a cultural bridge with different cultural music. And so here I want to show you just the traditional music and where he began, so we can find out where he's kind of now with his cultural bridge. Now there he didn't actually start using the flute until about a minute into the piece. But you could see the flute and also the way he plays it, and that's very traditional, and it's very common for most of his music. And we'll talk about a little bit of the history of the Native American flute and how it's actually made. And so it can be made from almost any material, but our Carlos's Nakai's specific flute is made from cedar. And cedar wasn't used until about the 1800s, whereas bone and reed flutes appeared beforehand. And these flute is most commonly called plains flutes, or also courting flutes, for its use in courting women in the past and history. And it appears that the earliest accounts of courting flutes was in the 1820s and 1830s. And inside the flute is double chambered. So the first chamber is where the pitch is made. And then after the first chamber, there's a short channel that it kind of smooths the air down, and it puts it into the second chamber, which is used for pitch again, but it's for different pitches. And so there's normally about 4 to 6 holes, and these holes are used to make the tone. And without these holes, the flute would actually be considered a whistle. Now I want to go back to what I was talking about with the cultural collaborations. Now there's many different cultures that Nakai has worked with. Now he founded the Ethnic Jazz Ensemble, also known as the R. Carlos Nakai Quartet, and he performed with over 15 symphonies and orchestras. He's performed with the Japanese Wind Traveling Band, and also with a Tibetan fluist and chanter. Now I want to show you a clip of Amazing Grace that he's performed with Billy Williams. I love that piece for not only the story, but because I love that song and his work in it. And there's Nakai released Voyages with Philadelphia Orchestra celloist Uri Bar David, which blends Native American melodies with Jewish and Arabic songs. Now this is really fun, and I want you to listen to this. I really feel that that's the perfect blend of the Jewish and the Native American cultures, and I love how they sound together. And I just want to briefly show all the achievements and awards that Nakai has won. And he had received 2 gold records for Canon Trilogy and Earth Spirit, and this is the first and only Native American recordings to earn this recognition. So not only is it an amazing award in itself, but to be the only Native American representing is a great honor. And to sum this up, I just want to say that Nakai is one of the most prominent, influential Native American flutists to date, and he has brought the Native American flute to many other genres and to recognition that has never been seen before. And I like his music. The majority of his music is soft and meditative, and he has sold over 4 million albums since his first in 1983. And I want to thank you for exploring Nakai's music with me today, and I want to say how amazing I think he is, and thank you.